In the quiet town of Stull, Kansas, is largely unknown to the outside world, save for one notorious landmark, its small, unassuming cemetery. Hidden among the rolling plains, the Stull Cemetery has garnered a dark reputation as a supposed gateway to hell, a place steeped in eerie folklore and disturbing experiences. Over the years, countless visitors have reported strange occurrences at the site, leading many to believe that something sinister lurks within its grounds. One of the most unsettling experiences reported by those who visit the cemetery is the sensation of hearing voices when no one else is around. Several individuals have claimed to hear whispered names, faint voices, or even strange, unintelligible murmurs. The voices are often described as low and barely audible, leaving those who hear them in a state of confusion and fear. One visitor recounted how on a particularly cold evening, he and his friends decided to explore the cemetery after dark. As they walked among the gravestones, he distinctly heard someone call his name. The voice was so clear that he initially thought it was one of his friends, but when he turned around, no one was near him. His friends, several feet away, hadn't heard anything, and shaken by the experience, they quickly left the cemetery, unsure of what they had just encountered. Another recurring theme in Stull Cemetery stories is the sudden and dramatic changes in the weather that seem to occur in the area. Visitors have described how calm, clear nights can abruptly shift into windy, chaotic weather when entering the cemetery. The winds are often intense, gusting through the graveyard in ways that make the atmosphere feel oppressive. One paranormal investigator shared a story of how he and his team had visited the cemetery during the spring equinox, a time when many believe the portal to hell is most active. As they approached the ruins of the old church that once stood near the cemetery, a violent gust of wind swept through that area, howling unnaturally through the trees. Despite the intensity of the wind inside the cemetery, the surrounding countryside remained calm. The strange weather shift lasted only a few minutes before suddenly stopping, leaving them in an eerie, unnatural stillness. Another consistent report from visitors is the strange malfunction of electronic devices within the cemetery grounds. Cameras, phones, and other equipment often fail to work or exhibit strange glitches, even when they've been fully charged and functioning perfectly beforehand. One photographer, eager to capture the eerie atmosphere of the cemetery, recalled how his camera, which had been charged earlier that day, suddenly died the moment he stepped through the cemetery gate. Despite his attempts to restart it, the camera refused to power on, and none of his other equipment worked either. After leaving the cemetery, everything functioned normally again, as if the graveyard itself had. Are you enjoying today's story? Smash that subscribe button so you never miss another spine-chilling tale. Let's get back to the video. Pause the disturbance. Some visitors to the cemetery have claimed to see dark, shadowy figures moving among the gravestones or standing near the ruins of the old church. These figures are often described as human-like, though their features remain indistinct and blurred. Some witnesses have said that the figures appear to move unnaturally, disappearing as quickly as they come into view. One such account came from a local resident who visited the cemetery on Halloween night. As he stood near the gravestones, he noticed a dark form moving out of the corner of his eye. At first, he dismissed it as a trick of light, but when he saw the figure again, this time standing still between two headstones, when he looked directly at it, the figure vanished. Though he didn't believe in ghosts or paranormal activity, the experience left him rattled, and he hasn't returned to Stull since. Visitors frequently describe a feeling an overwhelming sense of dread or fear when inside the cemetery. For some, this manifests as a tightening in the chest or a sense of being watched. These sensations often grow stronger the longer they stay, prompting many to leave before they feel something worse might happen. One paranormal investigator recounted an experience where, upon entering the cemetery, she felt an immediate sense of unease. The feeling intensified the closer she got to the old church ruins. Despite the cold night, she began to sweat and felt an inexplicable pressure on her chest, as if the air was growing heavier around her. She and her team left shortly afterward, with the sense that something was pushing them out. For many years, the cemetery has been the subject of attention during Halloween and the spring equinox, times when the legends claim the devil visits Stull. On these nights, groups of curious onlookers and paranormal enthusiasts have gathered, hoping to witness something out of the ordinary. While most leave without incident, some have claimed to see eerie lights or hear strange sounds coming from the cemetery. In one such case, a group of teenagers visited the cemetery on Halloween night. As they approached the gate, they noticed small orbs of light hovering near the gravestones. At first, they thought it might be other visitors with flashlights, but as they got closer, the lights flickered and vanished into the night. Though they searched the area, they found no one else around. Disturbed by the encounter, they left without exploring further. Though no verifiable physical evidence of supernatural phenomenon has ever been found, the Stull Cemetery continues to attract visitors and inspire tales of eerie encounters. Many who visit leave with stories of their own, ranging from strange weather patterns to electronic malfunctions and unexplained feelings of dread. Whether these are products of the mind or signs of something darker, the legend of the portal to hell in Stull persists, haunting both locals and curious adventurers alike. In the end, Stull Cemetery remains a place where fact and legend blur, a quiet, forgotten graveyard in rural Kansas that still harbors a chilling reputation as one of the most haunted sites in America. Thanks for watching.